Imagine you're alone in a spacecraft. Everything is working. Oxygen tanks are full, life support systems are stable, food supplies are stocked, and the temperature is regulated to a comfortable 21 degrees Celsius. On paper, you're safe. You could technically survive for months, even years, depending on your resources. But here's where things get strange. Despite being in complete safety, your mind isn't. Out the window is pure emptiness. There's no blue sky, no weather, no noise, just silence and stars. You're wrapped in technology, but completely removed from the human world. Over time, the silence becomes deafening. Your body is safe, but your mind begins to drift. Without the rhythms of Earth, day and night, voices, human interaction, your sense of time fractures. You start forgetting what day it is. The meals feel the same. Dreams get strange. This is what isolation in space does. So while you could technically survive for a long time, the real question becomes, how long before the silence starts breaking you more than the vacuum ever could? Now, let's take the spacecraft away. You're outside, floating in the darkness, fully suited, equipped with oxygen tanks and small thrusters attached to your back. No walls, no artificial gravity, no floors to stand on, just your body, your breath, and an endless black void. You have perhaps 6 to 8 hours of breathable air, assuming your suit is working perfectly. The thrusters can help you move, but move where? There's no up or down, and no planet to fall back to. Once the fuel in your thrusters runs out, you'll continue drifting in whatever direction you are heading, forever. The stars won't get closer. Earth might shrink in the distance, becoming just a pale dot. Psychologically, this is when the real terror begins. You're not in danger because of a system failure. You're in danger because you're completely powerless. You're surviving, but you're not living. There's no rescue, no ground beneath your feet, no one to talk to, just the countdown of your oxygen tank, and the realization that you are the most alone a human can possibly be. Imagine now you're floating in space, equipped only with your spacesuit and an oxygen supply, but no thrusters. This time, you don't even have the illusion of control. You are drifting. There's no way to turn back, no means to change direction, not even the slightest ability to slow down. Space is frictionless. Once you start moving in one direction, you continue that way until gravity or impact changes your path. But out here, gravity is far too weak to matter. You're trapped in a straight line, surrounded by an infinite stillness. You have oxygen for maybe 6 hours, and during those hours, your body might be fine, but your mind won't be. The silence is deafening, interrupted only by your own breathing. You might scream, but it won't make a sound. You'll stare into the universe and watch nothing happen. And perhaps the most chilling part, you'll have time to think, not minutes, but hours. Enough time to confront the horrifying realization. This is it. There is no rescue, no noise, no death by impact. Just a slow fade as the oxygen runs out and your consciousness dims under a dome of stars. Now let's strip away the last thread of survival, the oxygen tank. You're still wearing your spacesuit, but this time it's empty. No airflow, no pressure regulation, just the vacuum of space pressing against a fragile shell. The moment you're exposed to a vacuum without life support, your body begins a silent, invisible war. But no, your blood won't boil or your body won't explode. Science fiction dramatizes it. Your suit delays total catastrophe, but within 15 seconds, oxygen deprivation begins to shut down your brain. In about 90 seconds, you'll lose consciousness. Not from the vacuum directly, but from the lack of breathable air. Your body may survive for a couple of minutes, your heart still beating, but without awareness, without function. And in the grand silence of space, you drift. There is no sound, no pain, only the brief panic of suffocation. Your mind might cycle rapidly through memories, fear, denial, until even those thoughts flicker and vanish, all while Earth, so close and yet unreachable, watches you die like a falling leaf that never lands. Take away the suit entirely, and now we've reached the most extreme and horrifying scenario: raw, unfiltered exposure to space. The vacuum surrounds you, there's no air to breathe, no pressure to hold your body in equilibrium, and no barrier between your soft human form and the harshest environment known to existence. Contrary to popular myths, your body wouldn't instantly explode or freeze. Instead, here's what actually happens. The air in your lungs rushes out violently, possibly rupturing lung tissue if you try to hold your breath. Saliva and the moisture in your eyes begin to boil, not because of heat, but due to the lack of pressure. In just 10 to 15 seconds, you'll lose consciousness. Brain function halts rapidly due to hypoxia, the absence of oxygen. Within 1 to 2 minutes, you're clinically dead. Your skin may swell slightly, but it won't tear. And no, your blood won't boil inside your veins because of the skin's natural containment. After death, your body would begin to freeze slowly depending on your orientation towards sunlight. If you're in direct sunlight, you'll be sunburned to a crisp. In shadow, you'll become an icy statue, forever floating in a dark ballet among the stars. Now imagine this, your lifeless body drifting silently through the cosmic ocean. Without atmospheric erosion, scavengers, or bacteria, decay as we know it halts almost entirely. In the vacuum of space, your body wouldn't decompose in the traditional sense. There's no oxygen or microbes to break you down. If you're floating in direct sunlight, the exposed side would gradually get charred by intense solar radiation, while the shaded side would freeze. But if you're drifting in a darker region of space, far from stars and planets, your body might remain preserved for millions of years, a human relic frozen in time. Over eons, micrometeorites could chip away at your remains, and cosmic radiation would slowly damage your DNA. But barring any collisions or gravitational capture by a planet or star, you'd continue drifting indefinitely. In this strange way, dying in space might give your body more longevity than any tomb on Earth ever could, a paradox of ultimate stillness in the most active, dynamic universe. At its core, the idea of dying in space forces us to confront something much deeper than just biology or physics. It forces us to wrestle with our own insignificance. Drifting away, beyond rescue, beyond noise, beyond even the world's memory of you, you become part of the cosmos itself. It's a poetic end, yet terrifying in its loneliness. In that silence, there are no final words, no goodbyes, no witnesses, only you, suspended between life and death, thought and void. And perhaps in those final moments, the greatest question of all isn't how long you can survive, but who you truly are when everything else has been stripped away. Space, in its ruthless honesty, doesn't just take your breath, it takes your illusions, and what's left might be the truest form of you the universe has ever known.